If you clicked on this video, I know you are struggling to keep up with work, side projects, trying to keep your friends in your life, trying to eat healthy, trying to keep up with social media expectations, trying to keep your room tidy and all of this shit. Your to-do list is just never ending and you either feel like you're working too much or that you're not doing anything at all, because most probably that is the truth. When it's just too much information stealing our attention, it's even harder to know what is essential for us, how to prioritize stuff, and work-life balance becomes a total myth. Well, I am telling you that this is real and it can be achieved, but it all depends on you if you are ready to make the changes in your life in order to achieve your dreams. Hey you guys, my name is Anneliese and this channel is all about growing in order to live our best lives, and I love sharing with you my experiences and the things that I have learned in order to grow together. In this video I am going to debate what is work-life balance, what makes it balanced, how to master work-life balance, and also what I do for my own journey. This video is especially for freelancers and people who work from home, but it can be applied to anyone because we all have these aspects in our life, even if it may seem like we don't. Just because you search for this, we have them. I studied this concept in my thesis for my diploma project for studying architecture for 6 years. Yep, I am an architect, but just on paper. I'm not pursuing it as a career. If you want to listen to me complain about my architecture studies, well, I have a video for that. But in this one, I want to tell you what I've discovered while studying leisure. Yep, it was very fun to write about leisure while being stuck inside and not having fun at all. That was the paradox of my thesis. So, I studied leisure in order to design a leisure center, and I had a part in which I analyzed the term compared to work. But what does it mean to have work and life in balance? Does work-life balance exist? Yes, it does. I know that there is this rule created by society at the beginning of the technology growth era to work 8 hours and then have 8 hours of leisure and 8 of sleep. I don't think balance means equality, even though for some people it may be. But for most of us, it doesn't matter if you have 8 hours of leisure in which you just watch TV and not do anything with your life. Yes, the hours compared to work are equal, but this is not balance. And yes, it is important to separate them, even if it seems cool to work in pajamas on a beach in Bali. Yeah, it is beautiful for the first times, but then things will start to blend and you will either feel like you're working all the time or that you're not doing anything at all. I've been through this and I discovered through time that separating them in my mind, it helps so much better to relax when I need to relax and to be productive when I need to. Trying to define this concept in my thesis, I discovered something mind-blowing. That leisure is not an activity, but a mental state that comes as a result of an activity or time spent that leads to a high-quality life. Yes, so knowing this, we can conclude that the quantity of time spent on work or leisure are not as important as the meaning they bring to us. And this is actually the key. They feed with one another. Nowadays, because of this beautiful movement where artists and people are going for their passions, monetizing their hobbies and making it professional, it also comes with baggage, because you start to take play and what was fun, make it too serious and rip off of its effortless nature. This happens in my case. I start to take my art too seriously and put pressure on myself, and I kind of forget to enjoy the process and the moment. The two mold together, which can be a good thing because we get to spend more hours doing what we love. To build work-life integration, we need a job or a career that brings fulfillment to us and makes us productive in society. And in leisure time, we need to do things that brings us meaning also, like traveling, playing, socializing, keeping house clean. It's all about meaning, not quantity. You can spend more hours at work doing something that you love, and then in the spare time you can spend that time with your family or go for a walk in nature. And yes, I have to admit that one of them will be more important than the other at certain periods in your life, because it's a dynamic dynamic balance. It shouldn't be constant. It would be too boring with no challenges, but instead it should be changing all the time. But either way, both are necessary because one can feel what the other misses and vice versa. When you are young, it may be more important for you to have fun, travel, socialize, and then in the later years to focus more on your career. Or maybe it's the opposite, like me. You want to spend now more time on developing a business and then to have fun later in life or start a family. It is unique for everyone. You just have to make up your mind to know what you want and act accordingly. Yep, maybe we just want too much. Damn it. But what do you want? Comment me down below. What are you focusing on right now? But what do you do if you already have a job and need to side hustle in weekends to start your own business? Well, here comes another priceless tip that I have found. As I said earlier, leisure is a mind state, which means that is something that you can control through changing your perception. You perceive what you do for business also as work, but if you change your perception into thinking that that is fun, it's leisure, it's a hobby, things will be different. And besides all of this, in the spare time, you really need to relax, take care of yourself, and spend time with family and the people you love. Yes, there won't be time for adventure, but at least you chose to do something that is meaningful to you, and that is important. It's all about on which side of the coin you look, at the things you want to be doing in the future or the things you already achieved now. And I totally understand you. I've been through this a lot. Studying architecture was not easy, especially that I had so much work to do at something that I didn't like, but I survived and now I started to create more balance into my life. But how can we spend our leisure time to give us more energy? In my thesis, I have identified that the most effective leisure needs to include recreation, relaxation, and play. Recreation means literally recreation of self, and it's actually an activity that leads to self-growth and a deep feeling of fulfillment. Play is crucial because it has such an effortless nature. Babies don't need to learn how to play. We have this already built in us. And play doesn't have other purpose than play itself. And of course, relaxation is very important as well. Leisure time can be used for recharging activities like relaxation, self-care, house cleaning, socializing, play, hobbies, physical activities, just to name the main categories. But what matters most is what is important to you. What do you want to do? This is the work-life balance meanings, to do what you want to do. And now, here's what I do to create balance into my life. I don't always achieve it because things are dynamic, but it's okay. First things first, I don't call my work work, but instead projects. I've also talked about this in my latest video on how to be productive and focused. You should check that out. Work has been given its energy of have to because of 9 to 5, working for someone else, something that you don't like. And even if you do that, it is still better to call it projects because project has this energy of meaning, working as something that you want to and that gives you purpose. And right now, because I don't have to work for someone else, it would be a shame to call it work because it is not. Now, how I actually separate them? Well, first I make different to-do lists, one for life and the other for projects. It is very simple, but it has immense results. Then I also separate my spaces in my house. If you work outside, then it is very easy for you. But if you work from home, well, you really need to separate things. I prefer to do all my projects here at my desk. I relax on the couch, I eat only in the kitchen, and bed is only for sleep. It is very important to separate them. By the way, I'm gonna make a video on how to work from home. If you're interested in that, stay tuned. Then another hack that I have is to leave some activities as hobbies just for my life periods, like painting, filming random things, photographing myself. These are things that give me energy and that I do effortlessly. You need to find these activities and make time for them. You know, I'm curious. Comment me down below, what do you do as a hobby? Another thing that makes me feel in balance is when I have time to take care of myself, to clean the house, to cook something nice, simple things like that. Yes, they are not exciting, but at least they give me order and just peace of mind. And another thing that I do is I create boundaries for those activities, especially work. Yes, I am a workaholic, and because I also work on something that I'm passionate about, it is very easy to overwork. So because of this, I put time limits for this. And if I do that more often, then I start to feel like I don't have time for myself and that I don't talk to anyone and just everything is a mess. This is how you know if you are in balance or not. If you start to feel stressed, then you know something is wrong. And also to stay in balance, I make an effort to do almost all the things that I want to do. Because if I don't, I'm gonna drag them from to-do list on another to-do list and always feel like I never have time, which is just an illusion. Because this is the thing with work-life balance. It's all about mindset. If you want to learn more about this, I have a video on why productivity is subjective. Also, here is my latest upload, and guys, just make up your mind and subscribe. Bye!